of the hype train, dear. Your childhood memories are getting obsolete. Don't stop.
Hello, happy Saturday. Welcome to another vlog. I don't even know how I look because I just showered and then ran out of the shower because I got a delivery and then needed to tidy. So I've just been sprinting around and it's currently like 75 degrees. I think it's going to be 84 degrees today. I don't know how I feel about heat, but I am excited for warmer weather. Not excited for this pollen count because I am fighting for my life. Right now, I'm waiting for my friend Kaylee to come over. She hasn't seen the apartment yet, so I tried to straighten up a little bit so she could come and take a look. We are going to do a little apartment shopping for both of us, I think. I really want to do some secondhand store shopping, just see what's out there for like small things that I want around the apartment, see if I can find some like frames for artwork that I'm going to get to hang. Some mirrors. I don't have a full-length mirror in here and my building does not have a full-length mirror besides like the gym. So that is a problem. So I need to fix that. Also want to see if I can find some small like shelves that I could do near my entryway or something just to add like a little drop-off station. All the things like rugs. I definitely need but like an area rug in my living room. I might want one in my bedroom, but I think I'm going to wait on that. So we're just going to see what's out there. There's a good secondhand store in my neighborhood that I want to start with. We might bop around. I'm also starving, so I hope Kaylee is also hungry because there's a Vietnamese restaurant, I think, not far from here that I do want to check out, and hopefully she's down to check that out too. So she'll probably be here in like 10-ish minutes. So I'm going to finish getting ready. I just did a little smell good walkthrough of the house so that it smells really nice and cozy in here. I love a good room spray when you don't have time to really like burn a candle. I think it's the best. And I have the windows open because it's so nice outside. The package that I just got delivered that y'all saw me bring in are 2 nightstands. And I'm so excited because my bedroom is the room that is like the least together. It's like a war zone in there besides my bed. So that will help start to pull stuff that has no spot to have a spot again, and also just like anchor the room so it's not just a dresser, a bed, and clutter. The next step after that will be to organize more and then get a desk in there because I'm going to put a workstation in my bedroom, but that's not a this weekend problem. That is a future Amber problem. But my goal today is if there are any other things I need assembled, like I really want to get a towel storage thing for my bathroom. If I find some floating shelves for the entry, to group all of those so I can get one TaskRabbit to come do all the things. Hopefully this weekend, we'll see what's possible and then check something else off the list. I'm really happy with how the apartment is coming together. I love my neighborhood, I love my building, I love my apartment. It's time to get really settled in. So we're gonna settle in this weekend, and it's so loud because the window's open. My bad. Heads up. These are clearly gray. Is this beige or gray? This is gray. these by the door?
Yeah, it's gonna be so good.
Kaylee got art. Kaylee got lamps.
These were $5 total. Each
$5
one of
lamps.
them with the lampshade, $5.
I spent under $50.
This is.
I spent under $40.
Do you know how much ottomans with storage?
I know.
Oh, you could even put like an umbrella in there since it's near the door.
Umbrella, like the tote bags.
Yeah, done. Never shops at a grocery store again without.
Good morning. Well, it's definitely not morning. Good afternoon. It is 1 p.m. Happy Sunday. Happy Resurrection Sunday. It's been a pretty quiet Sunday here. Got up, made breakfast, watched church, checked in with the parents. True, love a music interlude. But I just made lunch not too long ago, and then I made a protein matcha for the first time. I did film a reel and a YouTube short on how I did it, so I'll post that. This is my first attempt, and I think it's a very good first attempt. I used the same steps I used for my protein coffee, just with matcha instead of espresso. I used the vanilla protein powder from Clean Simple Eats again. I just didn't add any like sweeteners or cinnamon. Honestly, with the vanilla protein powder, I don't think you would really need any sweetener unless you like a really sweet drink, which I personally don't. I'm gonna sip on this a little bit more. I did some freelance work that I need to get done this week. Gotta start on that, still have some stuff to finish. But today I wanna make sure I run and do a grocery run so I have stuff in the house for the meals I planned this week so I cannot have to think about food. Anytime that I'm not reading as much, it's usually an indicator that my brain is not in the best space. So I'm hoping that if I integrate more reading time into this upcoming week, I can help just like mentally feel a little bit better. So yeah, that's the plan. Go grab groceries. I have a TaskRabbit coming at 5:30 to build my nightstands and put up a floating shelf. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh, yesterday when I got back from our secondhand shop running around day, I still had a little energy. So I did an IKEA run just to grab some more like basic stuff that I needed. Like I really needed knives. I don't know what happened to all the knives, but I really needed knives and some little things. And look what I found in the as is section. Hold on. Humongous picture frame was $10. I feel like frames right now are so expensive. I want to do like a family picture, I think, in this. Maybe this will be in my bedroom. I'm not sure yet. Now that the nightstands are here, and I think once the workstation is together, that to me feels like, okay, the furniture is in. Now I can really focus on just making it feel like home and less on getting stuff to settle. So that's exciting. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of reading while I finish my matcha and maybe catch up on some blogs before I head out to the grocery store. Welcome to dinner time. This looks so alarming just to walk into a frame with a big knife, but just getting dinner plated. I got these kebabs at the grocery store earlier and I was like, oh, I don't have to think hard about that. Easy dinner. It's just peppers, onions. I got one steak, one chicken, so I'm having a little bit of both. And just an easy dinner with some good protein. I just made a quick little salad and added a pack of rice that I realized I had. Why won't this one come off the kebab? Maybe I'll just take the front piece. Will you be easier to get off the kebab? Barely. There we go. So that is that. Looks good. Might want maybe a half of this steak. I don't know. Grab this onion for sure. Made a little side salad to go with it. It's just the greens you saw me clean earlier. And I added some craisin, so it has like some cabbage, some carrot, all that good stuff. Very quick, easy dinner. All I did was throw the kebabs in the oven at 375. My oven is absolutely still on, but just threw them in the oven for like 25-ish minutes. I probably cooked them a little bit longer than I should have, but I've been very meat paranoid lately. Like, I don't know why. I've just been like, oh my God, is the chicken cooked? Is this cooked? So I definitely overdid it. Probably could have just done 20 minutes, but I probably did like 25 to 30. But it's good. The beef steak ones were already seasoned, but they have like a little base marinade. But I added a little bit of the Kinder's butter steak that I bought at the grocery store. And I did that Moroccan season on the chicken because it had nothing on it. And yeah, easy dinner. I'm about to sit down and eat. My task rabbit just left. Let me show you the updates because there are some household updates now. We'll start with the bad and work our way to the good. Those are all the boxes that I now need to recycle from the nightstands. We saw those earlier. This is the floating shelf that, as you can see, is not floating. The intention was for it to float here, and I thought I measured really well, but my refrigerator, this like shelf that it's in, made it just like, it was just way too tight and it wasn't gonna quite work. And then we thought about switching and doing it on this wall, and I just didn't like the way that it looked. It didn't have the same effect to me. So I think I'm just gonna take this back to IKEA and see if there's, see if there's something else I can get. But ignore my messy room. We did get the nightstands done. They are a little bit lower than I thought, but they work with the bed because the bed is a little bit lower profile too. So it's the same nightstand on each side. We have 2 drawers. Perfect to stash a book, a Bible, whatever. I feel like it does help. Now the only thing that this wall really needs is some artwork or something. But yeah, we did one over here too. And yeah, we got to style them a little bit, but I'm happy with them. I'm happy to have them in here. Also happy that now I can bring my water to bed and not sit it on the floor. It can go on the nightstand. My goal tonight is to make tonight an early night. I have the gym in the morning. It's a new work week. I have a lot to accomplish at work this week. I need to be focused. I need to not submit to the Monday scaries. The chicken came out really good. Really, really good. But yeah, I'm gonna eat, wrap up all of my awake things, and try to be in bed, showered with a book by 9:30. It's 7 o'clock now, and I feel like that is very doable. Said good morning. It's not morning. It is 6:35 in the evening. I feel like I haven't vlogged much today. I didn't vlog at the gym, but I did work out this morning, and I came home and have just been trying to get it together since I got home. Between the allergies and the PMS, I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle. At 5 o'clock, I closed my work laptop, even though I still have things that I wish I finished today. And I said that I would lay in my bed and just relax for 15 to 30 minutes. So naturally I laid there for an hour and a half. I was reading, and I think at some point I dozed off for 10 minutes, but here we are. I'm about to put an audiobook on and make a quick dinner. But I wanted to give a reading update since I did get some reading done. I'm still reading Harlem Rhapsody by Victoria Christopher Murray, and I am liking, not loving it. I feel like so far it's maybe a 3.5 star. I have about 20% of the book left to go. If you're not familiar, it is a historical fiction, and it is based on a fictionalized version of the life of Jessie Fawcett, who is a writer, poet, and literary editor, and she's also the mistress of W.E.B. Du Bois, which is a lot. The story is really interesting in that it is nice to see all of these names of Black people who you've known, and you want to Google more about them and learn more about them in these instances in history. One part of the book features or talks about Jessie basically discovering Langston Hughes, which is really interesting. The same with County Cullen. There's like just so many familiar names in here. Nella Larson becomes a good friend of Jesse. Elaine Locke is mentioned in the book. So like, yeah, that element of the book I'm liking. I do feel like this book probably could have been like 50 pages shorter, because now I feel like stuff is just happening to like include more moments and people from history. And the affair of it all, in the book, there is a significant age gap between Jesse and W.E.B., like 14-year age gap. But she is also, when the book starts, like in her mid to late 30s. And one, it is very hard for me as someone who grew up learning about W.E.B. Du Bois and Black history and having seen all these like older pictures of him in the book. He's in his 50s. It is hard for me to really picture anybody like dead set on hunching W.E.B. Du Bois. Like, why is that who you want to do the things with? But that's her business, it's not my business. It's the other part that is harder for me. On one hand, I give her a lot of grace because I get that Jessie is just a girl. She's just a girl who is intellectually attracted to a man, which is the worst way to be attracted to a man, because like everyone gets older and your looks change. Like, it takes a lot to get dumber. So she's just doing her best to navigate those feelings. But like, girl, you are in your mid to late 30s. You are too old to be doing this with somebody else's husband. And it's just, there's like this, the proximity of her to his wife, and then there's it's just a lot, and it's like mess. But I'm like, Jessie, are you learning and growing in these moments? Are you like finding your voice and using it to advocate for yourself? Or are you just like leaning into the I'm just a girl and making messy decisions with someone else's man? I don't know. It doesn't seem like you're doing yourself many favors, but the book is fun. I think it's I wish maybe I would have read this a little bit. It came out a while ago. I wish I would have read it either in a different season. It doesn't feel like a spring summer book. It's definitely like you want to sit and sip something cozy, like sip a cup of tea and read this book. But I am really liking it, and I think it's going to be like a book that I'm glad that I've read this year. I don't know, but it's just taking me, I've been reading it for like a little over a week now, so it's taking me a while to get through it. But I do think that I can probably, if not finish this tonight, get really close to finishing this tonight. And that is my goal. And then I think I need to start something with a little bit more spice to it. I think I want to read a fun, slightly raunchy romance. I have a good TBR for the week that I think I'm going to dive into to try to catch up on my Goodreads goal too. And yeah, but I'm going to put the audiobook of this on because it is on Spotify. So I've been switching between the Kindle version and the audio version. So I'll do that, and let's make some salmon. I don't know what I want to make with it. I have some coconut jasmine rice. That sounds good. And I have some edamame and some avocado, but I feel like I need another heartier vegetable. I don't really feel like eating broccoli. I don't know. We'll see what's in there.
I smile before I glance up. Will stands in my doorway. It is
Good morning. I have an in-office day. So I just finished getting ready for work. But this morning I did finish reading Harlem Rhapsody. I ended up giving it a 3.75 stars. I wrote a little review on my threads and my Instagram story. So I shared more thoughts there. But overall, I really liked it. I'm glad we got the ending that we got. For a while, it seemed like we were going to get an ending that I wasn't thrilled with. But we ended up in a really good spot. And overall, I liked it. I did think like it got a little slow in the middle. But I feel like I often feel that way about historical fiction. So maybe it's just the genre. But I'm really excited that I read it because it was just so nice to see all those familiar names. And there's a lot of Langston Hughes poetry in the book. And when I was maybe like 7 or 8, I got a collection of Langston Hughes poems. And I really do think that that is one of the like earlier pieces of literature that helped me fall in love with reading. So seeing those throughout and like seeing Langston Hughes mentioned and how he became the Langston Hughes was really, really cool. So I'm glad I read it. I think if you like historical fiction, you should definitely add it to your TBR. I've seen people talk about Victoria Christopher Murray's other book, The Personal Librarian, and I haven't read that, but I think the next time I'm in the mood for a little historical fiction, maybe I'll try that one. I'll definitely start another book tonight, but for now, let's go to work. Let's hope it's a productive day. It's gonna be like almost 80 degrees today, which is why I decided to wear a little dress. So hopefully we get to enjoy a little bit of the nice weather too, without the allergies. All right, it has been many, many days later. Not many. I think the last time I added to this vlog was Tuesday or Thursday, probably Tuesday. And today is Saturday. And I realized, I was like, I don't even remember how many days this vlog has been lengthwise. And I was like, I need to end that vlog. I didn't know what I was gonna do to end it off. You know, I'm good for just, sorry, I forgot to end the vlog end card. But today is Independent Bookstore Day. The reason I haven't vlogged anymore this week, I'm gonna sit you guys down. The reason I haven't vlogged anymore this week is because it was just a busy work week and I have been very anxious all week. And I could like barely adult. I definitely couldn't vlog. So today is Independent Bookstore Day. I told a few of my friends this weekend, I'm just gonna like calm down, regulate my nervous system. And there's no better way for me to do that than do a little book shopping and browsing. So I'm gonna try to go to 2 indies that I've never been to before. They're in different neighborhoods, so I'm gonna start far, work my way back home. I don't have a plan, like I don't have a TBR, I don't have books on my radar list. I'm just gonna go off of vibes. And I also don't just want books. I think my favorite part of shopping at an indie are the little things that they sell. Like I would love a cute bookmark, some stickers if they have it, like, you know, something cute to commemorate the day. So I just finished getting ready. I have one errand I need to run. It's almost 9:30. It's 9:15 right now. I need to run a quick errand first and grab, I feel like the rubber bands in my hair keep popping. But I need to buy a new card reader, content creator problems, that has 2 USB ports in it. So I can pull stuff from one hard drive to put on another hard drive. Black girls in tech, like it never ends. So then from there, I'm going to hopefully go to Staples and they will have it and I won't have to go to any more stores. If they don't, I'll just go after. Then from there, I'll go to the one bookstore. And I know that bookstore, the first one, I think they're running a special today where they have a $12 tote. And whatever you can fit in the tote, you get 10% off of whatever is in the tote bag, which, done. And then I'm going to head to a second bookstore. The first one is a romance-specific bookstore. The second one is all books, I think. So let's get ready to go, regulate our nervous system, and get some books. Hello friends. I managed to beat the rain coming back home because I like walked halfway then hopped on the bus because it was raining off and on all day pretty much. And then I came home and just immediately started editing, made a little lunch, but I did want to properly end this vlog and also show you all the things I picked up on Indie Bookstore Day at the 2 stores I visited and some other books that I got and sent in book mail yesterday because it's been a really good book week in this house. So I'll start with my book mail and then I'll go on to the stuff I got today. So I got sent a copy of Matriarch by the one, the only Miss Tina Knowles. This cover is stunning. Like, she ate this down. I need to look it up, and I will look it up. But this painting reminds me of the Obama portrait that they had done when he left office. And I wonder if it's the same artist. But it's Miss Tina's memoir. She has been on the Best Press Tour for the past couple of weeks. She was on the podcast The Read, which is one of my favorite podcasts this week. She was on House Guest, and I love House Guest with Scott Evans. So literally everywhere, and everything that people have been saying about this book, I'm so excited to get in. I read like the first couple of pages when it came yesterday, but the thing I already fell in love with is that the book starts with her family tree. And after I read, I don't know if you saw it in this vlog or the vlog before this because I've been doing back-to-back vlogging, but I just finished not too long ago reading Harlem Rhapsody. And reading historical fiction, especially historical fiction that centers Black people, always makes me really, really, really aware of the fact that it's so important to document our family histories and understand the stories of our families and our ancestors. So I'm really glad that she wrote this. I can tell that same sentiment is important to her. She's mentioned that in some interviews, and it's made me want to talk to my great uncle and write down everything he knows and everything he's seen. I was literally just talking to my dad about that. So yes, very excited for Miss Tina's book. And then I was also sent a copy of The High Dive by Chelsea Fagan. If you don't follow Chelsea Fagan online, you're missing out. I have been a long time Financial Diet subscriber and reader. And this is I think this is her second novel. And I was really excited to get a copy. I think she's going to do a tour stop in Philly, and I'm really hoping that I can get to go and actually meet her in person. But I will read you the book synopsis. Alexandra Onassis hates only 2 things, austerity politics and Daniel Assad. As the only scholarship kids of their elite group at Columbia, their heated dynamic was scorched forever by one fateful, awful night just before graduation. In the 10 years since, Alex and Daniel, his name Daniel is spelled not like Daniel, but I think it's Daniel. Alex and Daniel have been on radically different paths. She crafts social media campaigns for an ultra-progressive political party, and he's a rising star at a notoriously savage private equity firm. But when two of their college friends decide to tie the knot in the Mediterranean and to host their old crew on a 10-day chartered yacht trip beforehand, Alex must finally face Daniel and the sobering reality that she is now the only middle-class outcast in this ultra-wealthy club. When her ideals start to clash with her most intimate desires, Alex must learn to swim in emotional waters that are as unfamiliar as they are undeniable. So this sounds like so much mess, and you know I absolutely live for mess. And I really love the subtitle, knowing that this takes place on a yacht. She finally felt steady, and he's back to rock the boat. So very excited to read those 2. Now, on to today's haul. Also, sorry, I look so puffy. My allergy pill is wearing off, so it's about to get really ugly over here. So the first store that I went to is called The Broken Spine. It's a new romance-only bookstore here in Philly. It's on like 28th and Cambridge in Brewery Town. It was very, very cute. So it is a smaller store, and I think it's set up in a way that's really, really cool too. So you walk in, the top is a different store. So the first level is not the bookstore. It has a different name. I'm blanking on what that name is, but upstairs they sell like cute things like wallets, bookmarks, prints, things you can keep in your house, mugs, all that stuff. And they also have tea. When I checked out, oh, it's right here. Duh. She gave me a loyalty card. It's called Tinker and Trade. And they sell teas. You get a loyalty card when you shop upstairs or downstairs. And I think she said after 9 punches, you get a free bag of tea. I love free. I love tea. So I stopped there first. I shopped upstairs first and went downstairs to the books. So while I was upstairs, they had these cute little wallets. And I was like, I know it's bookstore day, but this is $10 and I want it. So I got this cute little bow wallet. It has the little like clear thing in the back for if you want to put your ID or whatever. I was like, this is so cute for like a travel day where you need to put your keys on it. If you have like a hotel key, you could put that in the front. You could put headphones in here, like a good, I'm just running out to get a coffee wristlet. You know, I'm making scenarios up for no reason. And then the inside has like a little mesh pocket for organizing. I think this could fit my like other vlog camera. It can't fit the one I've been using the most lately, but I just like a little grab and go. And then I got this matching keychain. What I loved about this keychain, one, that it matches this, but also it's a chapstick holder. So you can like stick your lip balm in here and then stick this onto this and just grab and go, or just put a lip gloss with your keys, grab and go. Love that. So then I went downstairs to look through the books, and one thing that I will say, I went to 2 stores today and I really was only planning on looking at the romance sections in each. I don't know why. Yes, I do. I've just been in a romance mood lately, and the indie bookstore move, and I will caveat, I went to stores that had very small, not very small, but had smaller inventories than other stores might have had. But the motive today was definitely the new Emily Henry book and the new Abby Jimenez book. Like that was what everyone had ordered the most stock of. And then they had like 1 or 2 of everything else, which like is kind of annoying to me. I feel like this was a very controversial indie bookstore day because Amazon did a big sale before, like literally yesterday, and I know people probably bought a ton and then weren't as spendy. And indies do earn a lot of money on Independent Bookstore Day. Like I know this is a very big business day for them, but at that same time, they're ordering what they know is gonna sell. And to me, it is sad that on a day like this, where we know people are out ready to support indies, ready to drop a bag on some books. Like I was expecting to see the new I always want to say Azriel, but it's Ariel. She wrote The Kiss Countdown. She has a sequel to that book. I didn't see that front facing on any shelves. Like there are so many Black and brown authors, and this is not a dig at Abby Jimenez is one of my favorite authors, and Emily Henry is super popular, but like there were literally at both stores that I walked in today, it was like chunks of those books. And I just read the new Abby Jimenez. Like it's a great book, but yeah, that was definitely, at least in the stores that I went to today, I don't know what it was like at all the other stores. And obviously I was going just to romance sections. I went to one store that was only romance. So there could have been stores that had bigger inventories and varieties where it was different. But like, I feel like even the hauls that I've seen, everyone has those 2 books because those books were at every store. But anyway, rant over. Let me show you what I actually got. First, I got this cute bookmark because it says I'm literally just a girl, and that is my mantra. And it has these like cute little champagne glasses. It's like pink with these light stripes on it. Super cute. Got it, because why not get a bookmark? And then I picked up The Striker by Ana Huang, which is so big. This was the only, I think this was the only one they had on the shelf too. I've been stocking this book for like 3 months now. I really like Ana Huang's King of Sins series. I think that's what it's called. The series is called, where each guy in the series is tied to one of the 7 deadly sins. I think there are 5 books out right now, and I'm pretty sure I've read all 5. But I like her writing. I like the way that she writes romances. Most of the books in that series, I think I've given at least a 3.5 to 4 stars. So this one is a hockey romance. I think it's a hockey player and a ballerina. And I want to say she's his best friend. No, she's his rival sister and completely off limits. It's very thick. And every time I saw it in the store, I was like, oh, maybe I'll just get it on my Kindle. But I was like, it's Independent Bookstore Day. You've been looking at this book forever. Just pick up the book. So this is what I picked up from The Broken Spine, and I definitely want to go back. They had so many cute bookish things too. Like obviously I got a bookmark, but they had so many cute Kindle cases. The only reason I didn't get a Kindle case today was because I am rethinking my Kindle Tory. And I don't know what kind of shake up I'm going to do, but I think I'm going to shake things up because my Paperwhite just has been so slow and laggy, and it's the one I use the least. I use my Kindle Oasis when I'm in bed. That one stays in my room, and my Kindle Basic all the time. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I want to get rid of one or to upgrade anything. So we'll see. But that's why I didn't get a Kindle case. But I'll definitely be back there because they had such cute things. So many cups, tote bags, sweatshirts, t-shirts. Like, it's very cute in there. They do offer complimentary tea. This is not an ad. I just think it's really cool that we have a romance bookstore here. There's another romance bookstore that also just opened in Manayunk that I'll check out at some point. So yes, definitely support the Broken Spine. Okay, next I came back to my side of the city and I went to a Novel Idea in East Passyunk. And first I got a sticker that I can use like in my clear Kindle case or my reading journal. And it's a movie theater ticket and it says the book was better. And I thought this was adorable. And then I just realized they gave me a complimentary bookmark. And guess what book is on the bookmark? The new Emily Henry book. And it's their official Independent Bookstore bookmark. So if we just needed to validate what I was saying, there you go. But their romance section was essentially like a few popular books and then Abby Jimenez and Emily Henry. The Broken Spine had like more books, obviously, because it's all romance, but like those same big chunks of shelves. And there was one girl I knew, she had like called ahead to make sure they had Emily Henry. But I say all that to say, the only reason I will also add, and then I'll stop ranting about this, that I didn't get the Abby Jimenez book in physical because I did read it on my Kindle and I really liked it. And I probably, at one point, I will have probably an Abby Jimenez shelf in my house. But I don't know what is going on with big romance. And I know I've said this before. Stop putting these new romance books out in hardcover. I don't want a hardcover romance. We are a paperback genre. Just stop it. So that's why I didn't get the Abby book. But then I saw this book called Hours by Phillip B. Williams. And I've seen this on my feed a few times, but I read the synopsis and I was like, I feel like I need to take this home. So I'll read the synopsis to you too. In this ingenious, sweeping novel, Phillip B. Williams introduces us to an enigmatic woman named Saint, a fearsome conjurer who in the 1830s annihilates plantations all over Arkansas to rescue the people enslaved there and bring them to a haven of her own creation. A town just north of St. Louis, magically concealed from outsiders, named Ours. It is in this miraculous place that Saint's grand experiment, a truly secluded community where her people may flourish, takes root. But although Saint does her best to protect the inhabitants of Ours, over time her conjuring and memories begin to betray her, leaving the town vulnerable. As the cracks in Saint's creation are exposed, some begin to wonder whether the community's safety might be yet another form of bondage. This sounds so good. It is clearly a thick one. It's 576 pages. So it's definitely something you need to take some time with. But the cover one caught my eye immediately. And I think that this just sounds like such an interesting premise. So I had to pick that one up too. And then a Novel Idea had a promo running where they had a whole cart full of advanced reader copies that they had been sent throughout the last couple of months. And if you spent $25, you could pick an arc from the shelf. So some of these are out already. Some of them might still be newer arcs. So I just kind of looked through the shelf and saw, I was looking if anything was a romance book and then like anything that I had maybe heard of or looked familiar. This was neither. It's called Not in My Book by Katie Holt, but the cover was really cute. So I was like, oh, I'll take the romance book, a free book. Why would I not take it? So let's read the synopsis. It did say, okay, I read the snippet. It was The Hating Game meets a beach read. I didn't read Beach Read and I hated The Hating Game. But something just told me, take this book. It's the right thing to do. So Rosie, an idealistic, passionate Peruvian American who has grown up without strong ties to her culture, leaves her Tennessee hometown to pursue her dream of making it in New York as a writer. But her plan is derailed when she ends up in a class with her arch nemesis and ex-crush, Aiden Huntington, an obnoxious, surly, and gorgeous literary fiction writer who doesn't have much patience for the romance genre or for Rosie. Rosie and Aiden regularly go to verbal battle and workshop until the professor reaches her breaking point. She allows them to stay in her class on one condition. They must co-write a novel that blends their genres. The reluctant writing duo can't help but put pieces of themselves into their accidentally steamy novel, and as they slowly get to know each other, they try to put their differences aside. Meanwhile, their manuscript in progress provides an outlet for them to confess their feelings and explore their attraction towards each other. When Rosie and Aiden find themselves competing against each other for a potential career-changing opportunity, The flames of old rivalry reignite, and their once-in-a-lifetime love story is once again at risk of being shelved unless they can find a way to end the book on their own terms. Wow, I picked a banger, it sounds like. This came out, it says, in December of 2024, so it's a pretty recent release. This seems really cute. Okay, thank you, a novel idea. So here is the book haul for this vlog. What a cute stack of books. An even bigger stack of books. Still cute though. I hope you all enjoyed this vlog. Thanks for hanging out with me in another video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss when I go on rants about romance books. Remember that you're always welcome here and that you are right on time, and I will see you in the next video.